Hello there. Today, I want to give you 10 tips for a successful job interview. These 10 tips will help you be more effective, more confident, and help you make a better impression. And the 10th tip is useful vocabulary that will help you immensely. You don't want to miss it. Are you ready? Then let's go. Number 1 is arrive early. Not only get there on time, be early. I have a friend who gives interviews, and if the candidate is more than 5 minutes late, he says, "Oh, let's not waste any more of each other's time. Thanks for coming and bye-bye." Yeah, that's a bit extreme, but people in the professional world take punctuality very seriously. Also, think about it. If you arrive early, it does two important things. First, it gives you time to relax and make sure that you are prepared. And two, if something comes up, if you get lost or you get caught in traffic or you can't find a parking space or whatever, you have extra time so you are not stressed when you start your interview. Okay, the next one is vocabulary. Words that you will probably hear in an interview. The most important one is strengths. Strengths. Let me hear you say it. Perfect. These are your skills. These are things that you are good at. For example, one of my strengths is that I'm a good communicator. I am comfortable speaking to large groups of people, and I am good at transmitting information in an easy to understand, articulate way. What about you? What are some of your strengths? Another word you might hear is weaknesses, things that you are not good at. For example, one of my weaknesses is I don't think well out of the box. But if you tell them a weakness, be sure to tell them why it won't be a problem in this job. Perhaps you are working on it, or simply it doesn't apply to the position that you want. For example, you have a phobia of mice. That's not a problem. There are not going to be any phobias in the company. Okay, now the third one is know your achievements. Achievements? You know what that means, right? Those are the important things you've done. Can you think of a synonym for achievements? Accomplishments. You should have a clear idea of important, relevant things that you have accomplished, that you have achieved, and be ready to talk about them. Okay, the fourth one is stay calm. Actually, I give interviews for my company sometimes, and I play a mean trick. I ask them a question that they don't know the answer to, or I intentionally ask it in a confusing way with not many details. Yeah, it's a little mean. Why do I do this? Because I want to see how they are and who they are when they are uncomfortable. When people are stressed, then you get to see their true colors, how they truly are. For example, I tell them that they are giving a presentation, and in the back of the room, several people are talking. They are talking so loud that they are distracting people from listening to your presentation. What do? Difficult, right? Whatever answer they give me, I tell them, that's an interesting answer, but the people continue to talk. Oh, and I forgot to mention that one of those people is your boss. What do? It's tricky, right? Whatever answer they give me, I tell them that's not good enough. They continue talking, and after a while, they run out of ideas and they get uncomfortable. And that is when I really pay attention. How do they react? Do they get angry? Do they get defensive? Do they get blocked? Or do they stay relaxed and maintain a happy, positive attitude when they are in a difficult situation? So, what can you do? If you don't know the answer to a question, or you feel lost, don't worry. Remember that maybe they are making things difficult for you on purpose, just to see how you react. So, stay calm, take a breath, and smile. This brings me to my next point. Number 5 is body language. Body language is very important. Body and especially face. As an interviewer, I love to see a smile at the beginning. A smile not only relaxes you, it relaxes the interviewer too. Another thing that's good is a firm handshake. Not too firm, you don't want to hurt them, but also not soft. If you don't feel comfortable with your handshake, practice with a friend and they can give you feedback. A good handshake and a smile goes a long way to making a good first impression. The next one is listen carefully. Be sure that you understand each question. It's fine to ask for clarification, or if necessary, that they repeat the question. I was once giving an interview to a person and they started to answer the wrong question. And they started to give me the wrong answer. I didn't want to interrupt, but finally I had to stop them and clarify what I had asked. It was very awkward. So be sure to listen carefully. You will make a positive impression on the interviewer if you are listening to everything they say. 7. Ask questions. Before you go into the interview, prepare questions about the position you want. What are they looking for in a candidate? Also, know about the company. Learn some things about them so that you can ask informed, intelligent questions. This will show that you like to come prepared. Okay, number 8 is highlight your achievements. Be prepared to talk about yourself. What makes you specially qualified for this job? Remember, there are probably many candidates. What makes you stand out? Number 9, tell a story. Stories are a great way to engage the person giving you the interview. Have in mind 1 or 2 good stories and find a place to slip it in. You can be like a politician. You know, you ask a politician about global warming and they tell you a story about their dog, Russell, right? Well, that's what you have to do. It can be a story about a time something difficult happened to you, but you were able to overcome it and get a positive outcome. Or maybe a story that highlights your strengths. A time when you had a special skill or an idea that saved the day. Another possible idea for a story is a time when you learned an important lesson that you can apply to your new job. Stories connect to emotions. And though we like to be logical creatures, many times we make decisions with our heart. And number 10 is vocabulary. It's important to have a few words that you can use that give you a little extra time to think. So let me teach you some important expressions. The first one is, it's on the tip of my tongue. This is when you can't remember a word or you can't remember something and you are searching in your brain. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Jafrate woke up the other guys, and it was on the tip of my tongue to tell them about the deer. But I didn't.
That's on the tip of my tongue.
The team is just, God, don't tell me it's right on the tip of my tongue.
I know, here it's on the tip of my tongue.
Jamie, I've tried to forget you, but no matter what I do, your face is always on the tip of my tongue.
Name is on the tip of everybody's tongue. These are things that should always be right on the tip of your tongue.
So repeat, it's on the tip of my tongue. Good. Okay, another one is, that's an interesting question. This is what I say when inside my head I'm really screaming, "Oh my God, what's the answer?" Right? It gives you a little time to think. Sometimes all you need is an extra second or two to think, to come up with a good answer, and this phrase can help you.
Well, that's an interesting question, and I guess I would come back with another question.
Who are you? That's an interesting question.
That's an interesting question, considering you've been trying to get rid of me ever since I hit town.
That's an interesting question, Hiram.
Another expression I like to use is, off the top of my head. This means you are thinking about something for the first time, or you have an idea just at that moment.
Just a great idea off the top of my head.
I could think of about 10 of them right now, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Christmas bells, and I have had no time to plan, so I am just thinking off the top of my head, silver, all silver, silver bells.
Off the top of my head, I have to say a bookstore.
I mean, off the top of my head, I could think of half a dozen East European players who would have to be on that squad.
So imagine you're in the interview and they ask you, "Tell me about a time you had to use your negotiation skills." Yikes. And you can say, "Well, off the top of my head, I can't think of any right now." But you still sound good because you used this expression, off the top of my head. So repeat, off the top of my head, I can't think of any right now. Good. And now I want to give you my last and favorite expression to use in interviews. It's great because if you don't know the answer, you can use this expression to sound very fluent. It is, "I'm drawing a blank." It simply means that you can't think of something.
I'm drawing a blank.
What?
I'm drawing a blank, you know what I'm saying?
I'm drawing a blank.
Well, take a guess.
I'm drawing a blank, sir.
If you draw a blank, you could point me at the local pickup spot.
Draw a blank, I can't remember anything.
If we draw a blank this time, we'll bring her in.
So, let me hear you say, I'm drawing a blank. Great. Okay, well, that is the end of my list. I sincerely hope that this helps you prepare for your next interview. And please, tell me in the comments other important things people can do to prepare for their interview. Thanks for watching, and thank you for letting me help you get better and better every day. Hey, whoa, too close. Well, thank you for watching my video, and if you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing. Or is it subscribing and liking? I can never remember, but you are clever. You can figure it out. Okay, well, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you here at Chameleon English. Bye-bye.